Hello folks, today I'm going to show you how to make a budget spreadsheet using the Open Office. It's a free download. Just type in Open Office and you'll see this right here, which I have right here. I'm going to open this up and you can see it's got all kinds of neat stuff: templates, formulas, databases, drawings, presentations, text documents, and spreadsheets. That's the one we want to open up right there. Okay. Now, these cells are a little skinny for our likings, so let's hold and drag, left click over to the G column, drag this all the way down to about row 50, and then go up here to the format. Click on format, go to row, go to height, and sweep that out. And let's make these about 1/4 of an inch, 0.25. Click OK. Next thing we want to do is open up our columns. Go back up to format, go to column, go to width, sweep that back, press backspace, and 1.10 or 1/10 of an inch. Click OK. There we go. Now, and then the next thing we want to do is click on our font size. 15 will work good for this. So, okay, we're right here. We want to give our budget a name, so highlight these rows, go to the merge cells, merge them cells, and let's call it the monthly budget / cash flow chart. And let's go to our indentation tabs right here, and align center horizontally. Click that and you'll see it appeared centered up. Okay, now that we got a name, the first thing you have to do when you have a budget is you got to have an income. So let's type in income. When you get the income, you have to have a pay dates. So let's just put pay date, whether it be you or a spouse, and then our next row will be your income. Click the down arrow key on your keyboard, go to the next cell, and then you'll have a spouse. If you're single, just be yourself naturally. And then we're going to have a net, and what that is any money that is left over from the week before. We'll put that in that column. I'll show you. And then we're going to have any extra money, get a bonus, do a side job or something, got some extra money. And then we're going to do a total. Okay, I like to center this up, so let's go highlight that whole area there, go to center, and everything's centered up in there. Now the way I do the budget, and it's worked well, I thought of this idea probably 7 or 8 years ago. I do a budget that's like a weekly 5-week intervals. And the reason why we do it in 5-week intervals is because by the time you get around to your 5th week, you've done come full circle in your budgeting, in your billing. So, like I'm doing right here, I'm just typing in week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 and week 5. Okay, let's highlight all them and center up in that cell. Now we're going to start out with today is, well, this is January. Let's go with the January 10th, and that shows it to be the 14th. And then I have to get out of this a second so I can get my dates right here. If I'm not, the next one will be the 17th, I believe. Let me just click this down real quick. This is the one that I've got going on. This has got my dates in it. This is pretty much what you're going to look like when you get done right yours. 17th, the 24th, the 31st. Okay. And then probably the 2/7 would be the next one. So let's go to one, so said the 17th. Okay, and then we're going to do the 24th. And these will be the Fridays that I'll be getting paid on. And then 131 next, and then 2/7, and I'll check that before we start up on our next video. Oh, what am I doing here? Back. Okay, 2/7. And there we go. Okay, let's center this up again. And there we go. Okay, those will be the Fridays coming up here at the beginning. Okay, so let's just start right here at week 1. And let's say I make $600. So I type in the 600. I'm going to go up to the currency tab here, click it on, and it changes it into currency. Now what we could do at this whole point right here is everything underneath our dates all the way down to the total box cell, drag all the way over to the 5th, click on the currency tab, and every number we type in here from here on out will be a currency. Let's say now that my spouse is 600. So there you go. We have no net, so I put a 0 and just drop it down. No extra. Okay. Let's see, it just threw it all money tab. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back up here to get the total. We'll click on the 600 right there, drag down all the way to extra, go up here to the sum sign right here, click it, and then it appears right there. Now then, when you budget, it's usually 3 or 4 or 5 categories that fall into a budget. So one of our first categories would be weekly expenses. So we're going to merge these cells. We're going to click this in, and we're going to type in this area our weekly expenses. And we'll center that up right there. Okay, and one of our first expenses will be food. Okay, the next weekly expense will be gas. The next one would be probably some lunch money. Say you have to have some tolls, so we'll just use that for an example. And then we're about out of time. We'll come back and we'll finish this out right here in our next video. If you feel free to subscribe at NS Pratt 41. See you next time.